October 1968, Durango, Mexico. The old man drops the photograph. It lands face up in the dirt by the oil rig. Charles Wilcox, 67 years old, 2,000 miles on a Greyhound bus from a steel town in Pennsylvania. His son went down over Korea in 1951, 17 years of letters. 600 letters. None of them ever answered. Here is the story. His name is Charles Wilcox. He worked the rolling mill at Bethlehem Steel for 41 years. He buried his wife in 1963. He has one photograph left of his only son. Lieutenant Daniel Wilcox, United States Marine Corps, listed missing in action over the Yalu River, February 1951. The body was never recovered. The Marine Corps sent a folded flag and a sentence on a card. 2 weeks ago, Charles Wilcox got a letter in the mail. The letter said the writer had served alongside his son. He knew his last moments, had things that belonged to him. For $300 and the cost of a bus ticket, he could deliver them in person. The letter was signed only with a first name and a return address care of the Hellfighters film set in Durango, Mexico. Charles Wilcox sold his pocket watch. He sold his late wife's wedding ring. He took the bus south. He has come to pay. The man who wrote that letter never served in Korea. He has never seen the inside of a Marine Corps uniform. He's a 43-year-old stuntman with a bad knee and a worse drinking problem. He read about Daniel Wilcox in a back issue of Stars and Stripes a year ago. He sent the same letter to 6 families that month. 2 of them paid. This morning, the old man is standing at the security gate of the Hellfighters set. The desert sun is climbing fast. He has the photograph in his right hand and the $300 in his left coat pocket. The stuntman has not come down to meet him yet. The old man does not know that. By the time the sun sets, the stuntman will be gone, and a stranger named John Wayne will know his son's name better than anyone alive. The security guard at the gate does not want to let him through. The old man shows the letter. The guard reads it. The guard looks at the old man. The guard does not say what he is thinking. He picks up a phone. He calls a production assistant. The production assistant tells him to send the visitor to Trailer 9. Charles Wilcox walks down the dirt road past the oil rig prop. The set is huge. There are derricks and pump jacks and a fake well house dressed for fire scenes. Crew members in coveralls move tool carts back and forth. None of them look at him. The old man walks slow. His right leg has not been right since 1942. He has the photograph clutched at his side now, against his hip, so the wind does not take it. Trailer 9 is empty. The door is open. There is a half-eaten sandwich on the counter, a cheap pulp magazine, an empty whiskey bottle in the trash bin. The old man stands outside the trailer for 10 minutes. The stuntman does not come. Across the road, at Trailer 1, John Wayne is drinking coffee out of a tin cup. He is 60 years old. He has been on this set for 6 weeks. He sees the old man standing alone in the sun. He sees the photograph in the old man's hand. He sees the brown wool suit jacket that is 2 sizes too big. He sets the coffee cup down on the trailer step. He walks over. Sir, Charles Wilcox turns. His eyes take a moment to focus. You waiting on somebody? Yes. Who? A man who knew my son. Wayne is quiet for a moment. Can I see the letter? The old man hands it to him. And Wayne reads it. He reads it twice. He folds it. He hands it back. What did your son's letters home call his unit? The old man blinks. He had not expected the question. He was 1st Battalion, 5th Marines. He always called them the Fighting 5th. Wayne nods once. He looks at the empty trailer across the road. He knows what unit Daniel Wilcox served in. The letter the old man is holding describes the wrong unit. The letter says 8th Marines. The letter is a lie before it ever got mailed. Where are you watching from? Drop your state in the comments. I want to see how far this story reaches. Wayne tells the old man to come sit in his trailer, out of the sun. He gets him a glass of water. The old man sits on the small couch by the window. He does not let go of the photograph. Wayne does not ask to see it. He picks up the telephone on the wall. The stuntman is found in 20 minutes. He's in the makeup tent, flirting with a script supervisor. Wayne walks in. The stuntman straightens up, tries to smile. Wayne does not smile. My trailer, now. 3 minutes later, the stuntman is standing in front of John Wayne in the trailer doorway. Charles Wilcox is sitting on the couch with the photograph face down on his knee. He does not look up. Wayne closes the door behind the stuntman. 8th Marines. That's what your letter says. The stuntman swallows. What unit was Lieutenant Wilcox in? Tell the man, the stuntman stutters. He picks a number. He picks the wrong one again. Wayne is quiet for 1 second. 2, 3. Then he reaches past the man and opens the door. Get your gear. Don't come back! Don't write any more letters! The stuntman tries to speak. Wayne puts a hand flat against the doorframe between them. Tonight, that is the last anyone on the set sees of him. He is on a bus to Los Angeles before sundown. He has a black eye that nobody on the crew remembers giving him. Charles Wilcox is still sitting on the couch when Wayne comes back inside. He has not moved. He has not opened his eyes since the door closed. Wayne sits down across from him. He does not ask him for the $300 in his coat pocket. He does not bring up the letter, Mr. Wilcox. Yes, your son was fighting 5th. Yes, I am going to find a man who served with him. I'm going to put him on a plane. He is going to come here. You are going to talk to him. You are not paying anyone anything. Is that all right? The old man does not answer. He cannot answer. He just nods once. Wayne goes to work. He picks up the telephone on the wall of the trailer. He makes 3 calls. The first call is to Marine Corps headquarters in Quantico, Virginia. He asks for a casualty records officer he has known since the sands of Iwo Jima premiere in 1949. He gives the man a name, Lieutenant Daniel Wilcox. Kaya, Korea, February 1951, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, Charlie Company. The officer says he will call back in 2 hours. The second call is to a Marine Reunion Association in Camp Pendleton, California. Wayne asks for any active member of Charlie Company who survived the Yalu River campaign. The clerk gives him 3 names. 1 is dead now. 1 is in a VA hospital in Texas. 1 is in Hartford, Connecticut. The third call goes to Hartford. A man named Walter Sullivan picks up the phone. Sergeant, twice wounded. Worked at the post office for 15 years after the war. Has not spoken to a Marine outside of his family since 1953. The line is quiet for a long time after Wayne tells him why he is calling. Then Sullivan says 1 sentence. I have his tags. Wayne pays for the plane ticket out of his own bank account. He pays for the hotel. He pays for the meal Sullivan eats at the Durango airport that night. Have you ever had someone finally understand what you went through? Not just listen. Actually understand. That moment changes everything, doesn't it? By Tuesday morning, Sergeant Walter Sullivan is sitting in Trailer 1 across from Charles Wilcox. He is 38 years old. He has not slept on the flight. He is wearing a simple grey short-sleeved shirt and a small silver Marine Corps lapel pin. In his right hand, he is holding a small, dented metal tin the size of a tobacco can. Wayne stands by the door. He does not sit down. Mr. Wilcox, this is Sergeant Sullivan. He served with your son. He has something for you. Sullivan opens the tin. He takes out a single set of stamped metal dog tags on a black cord. The cord is stiff with old sweat. The tags read Daniel J. Wilcox, USMC O-1647 and a blood type and a religion. The W is misspelled. Daniel had been complaining about the misspelling in his last letter home 2 weeks before he went down. Sullivan reaches across the small table. He puts the tags into the old man's open palm. He closes the old man's fingers around them. He does not say anything. The old man does not say anything. They sit like that for 1 minute, 2, 5. Then Charles Wilcox starts to cry. He has not cried since the Marine Corps officer rang his doorbell in February 1951. He has not been able to. The tears come slow at first, and then they do not stop. Wayne could have signed the autograph the production manager had asked him to sign that morning and walked back to his trailer. He could have left the old man in the sun by Trailer 9, where the stuntman had set him up to be left. But instead, he made 3 phone calls and put a man on an airplane and gave the old man back his son. Wayne steps quietly out of the trailer. He closes the door behind him. He does not come back inside for 2 hours. He sits on a folding chair in the shade and reads a Louis L'Amour paperback he has read 3 times before. When he goes back in, Sullivan has finished telling Charles Wilcox what he came to tell him. The old man has the tags around his own neck now. He has put on Sullivan's lapel pin too. He is smiling for the first time in 17 years. On the drive back to the Durango airport that night, Wayne asks Sullivan one question. He asks what he told the old man. Sullivan is quiet for a long time. Then he says that Daniel Wilcox was the rear guard at the Yalu River crossing in February 1951. The lieutenant pulled 3 men out of a frozen ditch before the Chinese came over the ridge. He told the 3 of them to go ahead. He said he would catch up at the south bank. He did not catch up. Sullivan was one of the 3 men. He is the only one of the 3 still alive in 1968. He has carried the tags in a dented tobacco tin sewn inside the lining of his work jacket for 17 years. He has not been able to mail them. Some things you give to a man in his hand, Sullivan says, or you do not give them at all. Wayne does not answer. He keeps both hands on the wheel and lets the desert pass 7 days. 3 phone calls. 1 airplane ticket. 17 years of silence closed in 7 days. Charles Wilcox stays in Durango for 2 more nights. He has dinner with Wayne and Sullivan at a small cafe on the edge of town. He does not say much. He listens to the 2 younger men talk about Korea. He asks Sullivan one question, only once, and Sullivan answers it. The old man does not ask it again. Some answers are enough. Wayne pays Sullivan's flight back to Hartford. Wayne pays for Charles Wilcox's bus ticket home to Pennsylvania. He hands the old man an envelope at the bus station the next morning. The envelope has $300 cash in it. The exact amount the stuntman had asked for. The note inside reads, "You came to pay. You don't owe anyone anything." Duke. The old man tries to give it back. Wayne walks away before he can. Charles Wilcox lives another 3 years. He keeps the dog tags in a small wooden box on his nightstand. He takes them out every morning when he wakes up. He puts them back every night before he sleeps. He never tells the story to anyone in Pennsylvania. Not to his pastor. Not to his sister-in-law. Not to the men at the Union Hall. He keeps it inside. For the first 6 months, he wears the tags on a thin chain under his shirt. Then he moves them to the wooden box. He buys a new American flag and hangs it from the porch railing. He starts going to the Memorial Day parade in town for the first time in 17 years. He stands with the veterans by the curb and not with the crowd across the street, even though he never served himself, even though his right leg has not been right since the Bethlehem Mill in 1942. The veterans by the curb know who he is. They make a space for him without anyone having to say a word. His pastor notices the change, but does not ask. The men at the Union Hall notice and do not ask either. Some kinds of news a man tells only when he is ready to tell it. Charles Wilcox is never ready. He carries the afternoon in Durango in his chest until the morning he does not wake up. He dies in his sleep in May 1971. His will leaves the dog tags to the Connecticut Marine Memorial Museum. The will also leaves a small sealed envelope to John Wayne, addressed care of Batjack Productions, Beverly Hills. Wayne receives the envelope 2 months later. He opens it alone in his office. There is 1 sheet of paper inside. The letter is written in the careful, slow handwriting of a steelworker who finished the 8th grade. It says 4 sentences. I never asked who paid for the plane ticket. I never had to. My son came home for 1 afternoon in Durango. Thank you for the afternoon. Wayne reads the letter twice. He folds it. He puts it in the top drawer of his desk. He never tells anyone about it. The letter is found in that drawer when his estate is settled in. The dog tags arrive at the Connecticut Marine Memorial Museum in November 1971. They are placed inside a small glass case on the 2nd floor of the building. The placard underneath the case reads, Lieutenant Daniel J. Wilcox, United States Marine Corps, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines. Killed in action, Yalu River, February 13, 1951. These tags were recovered by Sergeant Walter Sullivan and returned to Lieutenant Wilcox's father, Mr. Charles Wilcox, in October 1968, through the private efforts of a working actor, who asked that his name not be placed on any record. The tags were donated to this museum at Mr. Wilcox's request in May 1971. A reporter from the Hartford Courant tried to piece the story together in 1985. He interviewed Walter Sullivan. Sullivan would only say that someone had paid for an airplane ticket once, a long time ago, and had asked never to be named for it. Sullivan kept the lapel pin from his uniform pinned to the inside of his work jacket for the rest of his life. He died in 2003. He left the pin to the same museum. It sits in the same case as the tags. 600 letters. 17 years. 2,000 miles on a bus. $300 sold from a pocket watch and a wedding ring. All of it ended in a single afternoon, in a film trailer in the Mexican desert, with a man who would not let his name be put on the placard. If this story reached you, do me a favor. Pass it on. Share it with a veteran in your life. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. There are more Duke stories coming, and unfortunately, they don't make men like John Wayne anymore.